Hello, everyone. We are back yet again in Strasburg, Pennsylvania with Railway Lad 23. This is his last day in America before he returns to the land of tea and crumpets.
Can you shut up?
Right in the middle of shopping at the Strasburg train shop, I realized that Strasburg Railroad number 90 was coming back on her 11 o'clock run. I sprinted down to the crossing right after the station to see 90 do her runaround. My goal for today was to see every train. For the next run, we headed down to my favorite crossing, Aspen Shade Road. This was the day before Easter, so the trains were always packed. We were also pretty lucky to get to this crossing when we did, because something would happen to this crossing not too far into the future. Anyway, as all of us foamers turned on our cameras, 90 came backing around the corner. Next up, we headed to Groff's Grove. Here I decided to take a page out of Railway Lad 23's book and put my old phone under the train. But I'm not risking this phone because this is the only one I have and I do not have enough money for a new one. 20 minutes later, 90 made her reappearance coming back to paradise. From where we were standing, we could hear her whistling even when she was leaving the station. This was one of my favorite shots of the day because of the composition of the shot with the station and the train. Okay, I'll shut up now. Then we head down to Carpenter's where there are a bunch of other work. If you look very closely at this shot, you can see that 90's headlight is bouncing around. I don't know if it's just how hard they're working her, or if they didn't secure it right, or what's the problem, but it's slightly vibrating. While you can't really see it on camera, it's really easy to tell in person because the light kind of flickers. Then we went down to see the Pennsylvanians, which surprisingly were not 5 hours late. And then, I'm not even joking, 30 seconds later, the other Pennsylvanian came. So close to a meet. So close. After the Pennsylvanians, 90 came trundling in at a comparatively snail's pace. For those of you non-train aficionados in the audience, what they're doing right now is called a runaround move. It's when the engine runs around to the other side of the train. Very hard to understand, I know. After 90 coupled up, it was time for her to leave.
It was time for Thomas to leave. He had seen everything.
Since 90 has to slow down going through Groff's Grove and Cherry Crest Adventure Farm, we easily beat her to Aspen Shade. Surprisingly though, she wasn't giving as much stack talk and wasn't going as fast as I expected. They seem to be running 90 pretty light lately. Then, as we drove by the station, I got this video of 90 just sitting there. Just know I was not driving, and I am not filming and driving like someone. After lunch at the Bespoke Bar and Grill, we headed back to the station to see 90 pulling in. After trying to put my phone closer up to get a better shot of the train, Railway 23 swooped in and put his phone right where I was gonna. Thanks a lot. After a while of waiting, 90 left the station. Then back to Aspen Shade we go to see 90 flying through. Sadly though, she wasn't flying because all that week she decided to go very slow. Even though her slow pace, it was still a nice shot of her rounding the corner. Then we headed up to Lancaster where we only saw a groundhog and 5604 hiding in the siding. After that disappointing trip, we headed to Carpenter's Crossing to see 90 one more time. Now, I don't know what happened here, but her whistle was making this weird hissing sound and it almost sounded like a Lima 5 chime. After she passed us though, her whistle was perfectly fine, and I was glad we were here to catch whatever happened. Also in this shot, you can very easily see the headlight bounce I mentioned earlier. But this wouldn't be our last time seeing 90, however, as we sped down to Fairview to see her one more time. Yeah, we easily beat her.